Hold up.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to your Ottawa Senators Legend Franchise Mode. This is going to be a part of GM Week. We are flying through this GM Week. I'm having a blast, especially because we're starting to win some hockey games. We pushed ourselves into a playoff spot, and that's great. I'm so happy that we're actually starting to play a lot better. Pascal Leclerc has even started to play a whole lot better. There's still some things I'd like to do at the trade deadline, potentially, but here's where it gets concerning. All right, we're playing good, that's great, everyone's morale is up, everything's good, everyone's getting along, it's a beautiful day, Ottawa Senators fans are happy. Yes, but what about tomorrow? Now, I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to fall back into our old ways of losing and not being a above 500 team, because it's only been at the end of December and pretty much all of January that we've been a really good team, which has been nice. But the thing is, we got to keep our foot to the pedal. We gotta go pedal to the metal here. We cannot afford to lose that many games here, especially games against teams like Detroit and teams that are in our division that are 2 or 3 points away from us, like big games like Toronto against Florida. We need to win those hockey games. So we're in a playoff spot right now, great, but we have pretty much zero cushion. The cushion we're on is paper thin, because you can see Toronto is 2 points behind us, the Wings are 1 point behind us, and the Bruins are in the same place as Toronto, being 2 points behind us. So now I got a few comments to go over here, and once again from Rick Diaz, my main assistant GM. What a good guy, Rick Diaz. He has this huge comment about the power play lines. I appreciate the creativity on the power play lines, but we've been playing so good lately, I do not want to touch our lines at all. I may go back to this, though. He's got some crazy thing about Drouin and Braden Point on the point. Okay, Point on the point. You get my point. Ha ha ha, puns. No, but he pretty much says all this stuff about the power play lines, and wow, I can't believe I just said that. But I'm going to focus in on one thing here. He says, as for trades and such, you have 5 two-way defensemen and 1 defensive defenseman. That means not a lot of production from the back end. If you have to trade someone for an offensive defenseman, it has to be Fetisov, 1-for-1 for an offensive defenseman. And then he goes in and he starts talking about some stuff with Pascal Leclerc. And it's the last thing I want to mention is give him another 15-20 games to prove himself. If he doesn't, you might be time to throw the axe at him. Now this comment is from the last video. Hold on, it's the last video, because we're a day behind here on GM Week because I have to prep these videos. So you guys haven't seen us, well, I guess you have when you're watching this, but as of right now, currently, you guys have not seen this tear that we went on in January. So no one knows yet that we are actually in a playoff spot and that Pascal Leclerc has been playing quite a bit better. So I appreciate the comment, and I really like what you're saying about Fetisov. Now Fetisov is supposed to be our top 2 guy, all right? He's supposed to be our big gun. And yeah, the overall's there, the trade value's there, the age is there, that's all good and fine and dandy, but the numbers aren't there. Yeah, he's a +8, I get that, 22 points last year. When you got guys like Ryan Murray, who's really not known for putting up a ton of numbers, getting, you know, triple the points that you are, it's gonna be who's getting double the points that you are. I mean, you're supposed to be our main guy, you know? He's supposed to be our main squeeze. So he is on the trade block. I would love to get someone offensively minded and right-handed. We have a ton of left-handed defensemen. Fetisov is good. I would really like a right-handed offensive defenseman, so I put that on our trading block. He's up on there. We should be getting a decent amount of offers, but we have Ryan Murray, who's growing so nicely. We have a decent amount of defenseman. We have this Talinder guy who we drafted 9th overall, who's a high top 6. What's he? He's another two-way defenseman. Great. Exactly what I need. Jake Gardner, he's another two-way defenseman, and then the only defensive defenseman we have is Andre Suster, and of course, Thomas Chabot, you guessed it, a two-way defenseman. But he is, oh, never mind, he's left-handed as well. So I have him on the trade block. If a team wants to come at me with an offer for Fetisov, I will definitely entertain that offer. Last last comment here, ABD Kareem, he says, you need a good offensive D-man, ... Maybe a blockbuster trade for Erik Karlsson, ? Now, I would love to get Erik Karlsson, and that's actually not out of our realm of possibility, but my main concern right now is continuing to play well and continuing to get wins and just continuing to be not only an above 500 team, but a playoff team. Because right now we're a playoff team, and it feels great. All right, it's unbelievable. So let's go ahead here and let's hopefully continue with the victories. 5-4 against Pittsburgh. There you go, baby. Now, I did put Fetisov on the trade block. We should get some offers. If we don't, I'll have to outsource that on my own. But I mean, if we're winning games and we have a record that I really don't want to mess with, and I mean, our defense is a bunch of plus players, I really don't want to mess with that. 3 in a row, 3 losses in a row. That is hashtag not good. We don't want that. We want to see a couple of victories here. You win 2, you lose 3. That's not what I'm about here. We talked about this in the last video. There you go. Come back with a big win. Let's go up here against Buffalo. They've beaten us a few times this year. They seem to kind of have our number. Let's go here up against the Sabres, first period, 1-1. Braden Point and Alexander Steen. All right, period number 2. Okay, 22-19 are the shots. Third period. Come on, Leclaire. Hold it down, buddy. Give us a shot. There you go. Our offense comes to life. Danny Heatley scores from center ice. That was obviously an empty netter goal. Yeah, obviously he didn't score on anyone, so it was an empty netter. 7 seconds left. Threw it on net, and he gets to pad his stats a little bit there. Braden Point gets 1. Provorov gets 1. Braden Point gets a second of the night. Steen gets his second of the night as well. And then Provorov, Zherdev, and Mr. Danny Heatley, 50-07. We score 4 goals in the third period to get a big 2 points. There you go, up against Buffalo. Those are points we need to get. Very, very crucial. All the points are crucial right now. It doesn't look like we're getting any trade offers at all, which is kind of unfortunate. So I'm probably going to have a look around the NHL for some offensive defensemen. Now, is it going to be Erik Karlsson? I don't know. I don't want to make a promise that I'm going to get Mr. Erik Karlsson, but I also don't want to make a promise that I'm going to make a trade either. Now, 2 wins in a row, then you lose 2. So that's not good. That's not good at all. We don't want this. We want to come back with a big victory here up against the Rangers, 2-1. Heatley and Draisaitl. There you go, 3-1. Nikolai Zherdev. Make it 4-1. Fetisov, baby, scores a big one. There you go. He's happy. He's gaining morale because of his ice time. Now, 33-26-2. We've probably dropped in the standings a little bit. This could be a big game against the Bruins, guys. Big 2 points here. You really need to win against the Bruins, and you lose in regulation. Oh, no. You need to win against the Bruins. You need to win against teams like the Boston Bruins here. Lost against the Bruins, and we come back with 2 wins against the Islanders and against the New Jersey Devils. Not one trade offer was sent our way, unfortunately. Buffalo is a little bit ahead of us. Losing against the Bruins sucked. I mean, we're not too far behind the Bruins either, or the Florida Panthers. So, is it worth it to make a big move right now? I'm really not sure. I'm going to have a look around the NHL. I'm not promising I'm going to do anything, but if there's an offer that really strikes me as something that I need to do, I'll pull the trigger. We could get someone like Aaron Ekblad. Like, that sounds crazy, but it's really not out of the picture. It's very doable. He's 22. He's another 2-way defenseman, though, but he has a right-handed shot, which is nice. 7 goals, 26 helpers. Now, let's kind of compare him to Fetisov. He's obviously making $7 million, whatever it is, $7.5 million bucks, so he's making a ton more money. The trade would make sense for whatever team he's on. 8 goals, 6 helpers. I just don't think he's doing enough. He's a plus 12, that's great, but the production from our back end, it really only comes from one player, and that's Ryan Murray. You can see here, let's see, so Ryan Murray's up to a 92. Oh my god. He's got 7 goals, 17 helpers. Okay, that's pretty decent. Provorov, he's got 7 goals, 12 helpers. I mean, our defense is doing okay. 4 goals, 15 helpers. I just really need a big offensive piece because there's a guy like Ryan Murray who could put up a decent amount of points, but I want someone like a Timothy Liljegren type. I want someone just to light it up, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be Fetisov. Like, having a player like Bobby Orr would just be the best thing ever. 33 goals, 34 assists. That's unbelievable. What a beast. Oh my god. I would love to get Bobby Orr. Obviously, never going to happen, but still, that is that is unbelievable. He's doing exactly how I wanted him to do. When I created him, that was kind of my mentality. Maybe not up to 30 goals a year, but still, he's an absolute machine, and it's panning out exactly how I wanted it to be when I created that guy. Like, look at Sergei Gonchar. He's jumped up to a 94. We passed on this guy. 22 goals, 31 assists, plus 31. Now, that may have something to do because he's playing with Paul Coffey, but still, I mean, wow, we passed up on Sergei Gonchar. That is the definition of hashtag not good. So just so you guys know for the future, if we do want to pursue Erik Karlsson, he has about the same value that Fetisov does. Now, you can see here, whereas, yeah, it's honestly the exact same. His trade would probably go through. Actually, it would go through because we have more trade value than Erik Karlsson does. So Karlsson's locked up for 6.5 for the next 2 years. We know what Erik Karlsson is. He's an extremely offensively minded defenseman. He's exactly what we need. Offensive defenseman with a right-handed shot. He completely fits the bill. Alright, so if we are going to do this, if we are going to trade for Erik Karlsson, it's going to have to be either now or never. And I feel like I'm giving up on Fetisov. I mean, he's what, a plus 12, 8 goals, 6 helpers. That's great, you know, he's doing good, but we don't have anyone else to really carry that offensive role. Now, Erik Karlsson does exactly that. He had 92 points last year. Now, Erik Karlsson is going to play in a role that he can thrive. He's going to play alongside of Ryan Murray, who is a 92 overall, 24-year-old defenseman who is going to want a lot of money next year. But, I mean, 7 goals, he's a plus 6. He's doing exactly what I want him to do for a two-way defenseman. He's doing great. For an offensive defenseman, I really, really need someone to produce like Erik Karlsson. Now, maybe Fetisov wasn't that good of a choice. You know, maybe it wasn't that great of a selection. He's a really good two-way defenseman, but I think with the emergence of Ryan Murray, I think Fetisov now becomes expendable. Is that just me? Is that just me? You know, maybe jumping the gun here, but I've never really liked Fetisov from the start. I mean, it was a cool pick. He's a cool legend, but I think it's time to trade a franchise player for, I mean, arguably another franchise player. And you know what? Erik Karlsson belongs in Ottawa, all right? I was going into this not expecting to make a move, but I think I might. I think I may pull the trigger on this. This is a blockbuster move. This is a ginormous trade. Erik Karlsson straight up for Fetisov. Oh my god, this works out perfectly. How am I not going to make this deal? Fetisov also goes back to his original team with the Detroit Red Wings. How am I not going to make this deal go through? I think I am. You know what? I'm going to pull the trigger on this. Erik Karlsson is going to be a member of the Ottawa Senators for the second time. But let's see if we can squeeze a pick out of this, because we actually have more trade value than Erik Karlsson. So how about we get our second round pick back? Everything is just working out perfectly right now. How about you give us our 2018 second and Erik Karlsson for Fetisov? Will this trade go through? Erik Karlsson, are you coming home? Trade rejected. No. I have to win a little bit, okay? I have to win a little bit. Plus the trade value is a little bit in your favor anyways, so take 200K. I'm just being a dick at this point. Take 200K of your cap for Fetisov for the next 2 years. Are you wow, no. Still not interested in the deal. Okay, you know what? How about just a straight up 1-for-1 deal? A good old fashioned 1-for-1 deal. Good old hockey trade. The trade value is in our favor. The trade value is in your favor. So Erik Karlsson for Fetisov. Players are going back to their original teams. This is a trade I love to make. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this. Trade rejected. Really? You don't want to trade a franchise defenseman for Erik Karlsson, who is making pretty much no money for the next 4 years? You're kidding me, right? That's what? Why? Give me any reason why you don't want to make that trade. Give me any reason in the entire world, Detroit. Give me any reason. Okay, how about if I throw a 5th? Like, what else do you want? The trade value is in your favor. All right, how about a 5th and a 7th? Will that go through? Trade rejected. Really? It's a bit low? Are you serious? The trade value is in your favor. What are you talking about, buddy? What are you doing? What? If I add a 6th, will that go through? Trade rejected, sweeten it just a touch. You're going to be one of these GMs? Come on. I'll give you a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, and a 5th. I do not even care. Trade rejected. Give me a break. What am I doing wrong here? I didn't really want to have to add anything, but Fetisov and a 3rd for Erik Karlsson, you guys are going to do me dirty like that. But you know what? It's all good. This trade is too good not to make. Will this go through? A 3rd round pick? There you go. Trade accepted. Erik Karlsson, welcome back to Ottawa, baby, where you rightfully belong here in the nation's capital. Welcome back, buddy. He is 93 overall, so he definitely strengthens up our defensive core. He's better than Fetisov. And now down the road, when Erik Karlsson is 33 years old, you may look back on this trade and think, it really wasn't that great. But right now, you know what? I think we win this deal with flying colors every single time. Erik Karlsson, buddy, welcome back where you rightfully belong. EK65 back in the nation's capital. So we have 2 of the best forwards in the game. I guess 3 of the best with Nikolai Zherdev. He's been killing it. He's already got 46 goals. Oh my god. Holy shit, buddy. He's definitely going to have more than 50. Unbelievable. Okay, a little bit of a spoiler there to see how many goals Nikolai Zherdev has. But we have Heatley, Tavares, Nikolai Zherdev. Now we have one of the better offensive defensemen in the NHL. And you notice I said one of the better because there's players like Bobby Orr out there now who are getting like 30 goal seasons like it's going out of style. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate the next 2 games here. I'm going to simulate the St. Louis Blues and the Philadelphia Flyers, and then we're going to call it a video here because I don't want to go too crazy yet. We just made a massive trade. I got to let this sink in a little bit, plus I got to stretch out GM week a little bit here. So like I said, I'm going to slow sim the next 2 games. We're going to cut the video. We're going to go over a few things, look at our power play, look at all that stuff. In the next video, we're going to do a regular season wrap up. Then in the next video, which you'll be seeing on Sunday, I hope, if this all works out according to plan. GM week is a little bit hard to plan, but if it all works out, you will be seeing round 1 of the playoffs on Sunday. And that's if we even make it. So the next 2 episodes are going to be pretty crazy, but let's see how Erik Karlsson is going to play in front of his home fans. Welcome back to Ottawa. There's so many Karlsson jerseys out there. The original captain. Now you got to think, should we give the C back to Karlsson? Oh man, some controversy right now, but let's go here. First period. I really hope we don't get blown out. And Tarasenko says, well, maybe you might. Scores 2 goals within like 40 seconds. Oh my god. Let's go. Period number 2. There you go. John Tavares on Braden Holtby, and Spezza and James the real deal Neal. They get 2 goals there in the 3rd, and we drop game 1. Or I guess not game 1. I guess game 1 of the Erik Karlsson era. So let's see if we can go 1-1 in the first 2 games here with EK65 Erik Karlsson. We're on the road against the Philadelphia Flyers. First period, 1-1. Patrick Maroon and Marcel Dion. Period number 2. Oh, 2-1. Nikolai Ehlers. Wow, no goal support. No goal support at all. Unbelievable. You know what? We got to go till we get a win here. Let's go up against Anaheim. And if we don't win against Anaheim, that is it's going to be a bit concerning. 35, 29, and 2. We cannot afford to lose any more games here, and we lose another. 0-3 since acquiring Erik Karlsson, and we've only scored 3 goals in 3 games. Another loss. Oh my god. We're on the verge of missing the playoffs here. Okay, things just took a really bad turn. You see where we are now? You see where we are now? Oh boy. Oh boy, alright, okay. This next episode is going to be insane. We have to pretty much run the table, and we have a few games against Detroit, I'm pretty sure. So we got Fetisov. That's going to be our next big rivalry, I think, is going to be the Wings. Because we got Fetisov, and we got Erik and Karlsson. We got that whole big rivalry now. That's going to be the Joe Gattenby type rivalry all over again. We actually have 1 game against Detroit. So all these games we pretty much have to win. Oh my god, next episode is going to be crazy. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying GM week. I'm a little bit stressed out. We got to win some hockey games here. Losing those 4 games did us no favors at all. Thanks for watching, and get ready for the next episode, because if we don't run the table here, we could be royally screwed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.